Taking updates, searches at NewsClick premises, searches by Delhi Police Special Cell, searches at digital news website premises, searches underway at 15 NewsClick premises. In fact, earlier Enforcement Directorate had raided NewsClick in connection with funding. So those are the breaking updates that we are getting. Searches at NewsClick premises at this point.
And the forensic investigation van has taken few electronic devices as well from this place. So remains to be seen what all is being seized and how the raids go on. But for now, the raids are on. Senior officials of Special Cell of Delhi Police are inside this building. Remember, on the first floor of this building is the NewsClick office, and since morning it has been raided. The Central Paramilitary Forces have been also called in. There are Central Paramilitary Force personnel who have been put to security at the ground floor and at the top floor of this building as well to avoid any unwanted entry or exit from the building.
Right, so Delhi Police's Special Cell, in fact, conducting raids at the places of news portal NewsClick, and as journalists, in fact, Enforcement Directorate, we know for a fact, had earlier conducted raids at the firm's premises. As far as the probe in its source of funding is concerned, Special Cell now currently conducting raids on the basis of these inputs that have been provided by the central agency. So those are the details we are picking up. NewsClick premises are being raided. In fact, searches being carried out by Delhi Police's Special Cell based on central agency's inputs. Earlier, ED had raided NewsClick in connection with the funding. Now, searches underway at 15 NewsClick premises. In fact, searches at the premises of this digital news website, NewsClick. In fact, ED had conducted raids at the premises of NewsClick to understand the source of funding. Now, Delhi Police's Special Cell conducting raids at several locations linked to news portal NewsClick in Delhi NCR. In fact, NewsClick is alleged to have received dubious funds to spread Chinese propaganda. So this allegation was leveled, after which, of course, ED had conducted raids. Police recovering materials from these premises at this point. In fact, the Press Club of India had expressed its concern over these multiple raids being conducted as far as the entire NewsClick issue is concerned. They say they're monitoring the developments. So currently, of course, Delhi Police's Special Cell conducting raids at several locations linked to NewsClick in Delhi NCR. In fact, Delhi Police's Special Cell this morning conducting raids. ED had also conducted raids earlier to understand the source of funding as far as NewsClick is concerned. NewsClick is alleged to have received dubious funds to spread Chinese propaganda. These allegations was leveled against the portal. Let's go straight across to Mohit. Mohit, of course, Delhi Police's Special Cell conducting raids on NewsClick premises. This after ED had earlier conducted raids. Take us through the details. What are some of the incriminating materials that have been seized so far? Who are being raided?
Well, you see, ED registered a case against News Laundry in misappropriation of the foreign funding to NewsClick, and then we saw that how exactly the case was being registered, and then the High Court granted the protection to the promoters of NewsClick from the arrest. Now, what the sources within ED says that during the course of the investigation, certain details have come out. Now, these details pertain to certain domain which is out of the purview of the Enforcement Directorate. Hence, they have shared the information with the Delhi Police. Now, Delhi Police Special Cell has registered a fresh case, and regarding that, we know that how the premises of NewsClick and certain journalists who are being associated with NewsClick are being raided as of now. Now, we also know that how many journalists have come out and they basically stated that their mobile phones or their electronic gadgets have been seized. Now, sources say that it's not about freedom of speech and expression, it's about the sovereignty and it's about furthering Chinese propaganda in the country by receiving funds from the outside. If you remember, there was a detailed investigation by New York Times which clearly stated that how a businessman, Neville Roy Singham, who is taking money from China, sitting in US and funding NewsClick to further the Chinese propaganda. And when the mail trail and the electronic details came out, it clearly showed that how Neville Roy Singham wanted these journalists who are associated with NewsClick or the other organizations to write articles favoring China, that how exactly China tackled the COVID. But we know that how China completely failed to tackle the COVID, and that is when we saw that how the BJP got very attacking on the opposition parties, saying that these opposition parties are always coming out in support of anti-India elements. Now, the sources also say that the electronic evidence is very, very important. Why? Because the transfer of the money and payout to all these journalists took place through electronic medium, and hence at this particular time it's very, very important to secure the electronic gadgets, that is your laptop, your mobile phones and the dump data of the hard disk. And hence we see that how various journalists have come out, and the sources have also suggested that at raids which are being carried out at around 15 to 20 places, mobile phones, laptops, electronic dump data of these journalists is being taken. So as we speak, we know for a fact that how and as we speak, we see that there's a movement coming in at the special cell office over here. We still do not know whether it's pertaining to this case or not, but yes, massive movement over here at the office of the special cell. We'll not speculate because the details have not been shared by the special cell, and hence we'll not speculate that whether these laptops which are being carried by these officials pertain to this particular case. But yes, the raids are going on. We see the politics being played, where the Congress party has come out and they basically stated that this is an attack on freedom of speech and expression. And earlier also we see the massive political fight broke out between the BJP and the Congress party. What the sources within the government say that it's not about freedom of speech and expression, it's about sovereignty, it's about furthering Chinese hate politics into the country, and hence this action is being taken.
Right, Mohit, thank you for bringing all those details. In fact, stay on with us. We have more breaking updates as far as these raids are concerned. Kapil Sibal has in fact tweeted. He says early morning raids on journalists, satirists and activists in UAPA case. Objective, perhaps silence them before 2024, a precursor for times to come. Let's go back to Mohit. Mohit, Kapil Sibal, they're condemning multiple raids being conducted, not just NewsClick, but also on Teesta as well. So he's combined all of them and said that this is center's way to silence these people before 2024.
Well, yes, on one hand, we see that the raids are being carried out by special cell, but on the other hand, massive political row has erupted over the top story of the day. We know that how the Congress party again and again have come out and they've questioned the timing of this raid, and they've questioned the intention of the agencies for this raid. Now we see Kapil Sibal, who has been a former Congress member and he's a member of Rajya Sabha, and who is somebody who is a very, very senior lawyer of the Supreme Court. He comes out and he has basically tweeted that these early morning raids, the objective of these raids is perhaps to silence all these activists and journalists before 2024. So we see that Kapil Sibal has linked this to 2024 elections. But you see, the sources have stated again and again, we are stressing on this fact that it's not about the freedom of speech and expression. It's about the sovereignty of the country, that how exactly Chinese agenda is being pushed into the country. As we spoke about Neville Roy Singham, that how he was getting money from China after an investigation was carried out, and he was making payments to NewsClick and the journalists associated with them, so that the Chinese propaganda could be further pushed into the country. And after the investigation, it has come out that the transfer of funds were routed via the electronic mode, and hence the electronic evidence, again and again I'm stressing on the fact, because everybody's talking about why the phones and laptops are being seized, because the sources say the electronic evidence is very, very important as of now in the course of investigation. So while we speak, we know senior officials are there at the NewsClick office. There is a complete movement over here at the Lodi Road office. Few of the officials have come with the laptops, with the hard disk, but though we do not know that whether this pertains to this case or not. But yes, we see that the politics is also being played out on this particular issue. So we have to wait and watch what exactly officially the government of India or the BJP will come out and speak on this issue.
Right. It remains to be seen what the outcome of these raids are going to be. But at this point, of course, opposition, in fact, Kapil Sibal, they're slamming these raids. So thank you, Mohit, for bringing all those extensive details.